ask what are the interview questions that I ask when I do interviewing candidate for the positions like a data engineer or data analyst. And I think the common knowledge skills that all the position need to have, like you create a pipeline or you create a dashboard, different position, but one topic is data modeling. You should know what is a data model and how you model your data warehousing, because in my purview, in my experiences, like you create the data pipeline, ingest data from different data sources slash silo or something, transform a lot of data, terabyte or billions records. So, or you create the dashboard can load the data in just really minimum latency, like you have 5 seconds, or you create a 1,000 report, and you create a different report like paginating report, um, different visual, so beautiful visual. So but if there are nothing related to data warehousing or speed of the data, so it's meaningless. And the knowledge about the data modeling is quite fundamental for the engineer or analytics. That's why in all the interview, I looking for the candidate who has this knowledge. And when we talking about the data modeling, we should know about how we normalize your data, how you denormalize your data, and there are some advances like data vaults, meta and architect, and one big table. So one big table is the term of where you create your self-service report. And why we need to create a self-service report, because I think that's really important when you create a data set and share with another user, and they can easily create a report, and they can consolidate their own data and expansive data table structure, like in one column you can store JSON data, in one column you can store the array data. And if the user are looking for mm, like a custom data or custom fields, they can pass the field in that column. We call it flexible columns in one big table, and that's a really important things. And if you're using real real PI tools, they support you to just query and extract data, just like the Athena on you using AWS, or if you're using Snowflake, that term is quite a flexible adjacent columns data type. That's really important. And the most important thing is we need to know the normalized data model. And in normalized data model, you can have the Billman approach, where data from sources and load into your table, and you apply the normal form table, and then you create data marks. So that's really important. Like you have all the data, yeah, you gather on the data and create the ones the data model, data warehousings, and then share the business subset for different group, and you create a third normalization form. And if you are using the denormalized data model, like you have the one centralized data warehouse, and you share that data into different approach, different departments. You can create the using the keyboard and email data model, using star schema. I think most engineer familiar with the star schema, where you have the facts in fact table, you have the team in dimensional models, and they connected via using the foreign key, and foreign key of the fact table and primary key of the fact team table. And a lot of technologies like the CDC, capture data chains, slowly changing dimension, where you capture and update the dimensional table, or CDC is where you update your fact table from the transactional data. That's a really important things. And I asked that question in a lot of interview, and seems they missing that. Um, but let's just talk about it. And Snowflake, the schema is quite popular too, and also we have the Galaxy data schema. You should know about it. Data fonts, data font is support for like a um, capture historical of the fact table of the streaming pipeline, where you create herb, link, and satellite. Satellite is just the data that it changes. A link is just the chunking table that where you look link those table together, and a hub is the centralized data model that you create your visit phone. And from this visit phone, you can create the information mark that where you just you think about the how your data is loaded into different system, and different system support for different use cases that where the data model created. And you need to really flexible with the data modeling, and you need to be the to have a sense of the data modeling. And one big table where, like I said, we need to create the sales of a report. There are two kind of report, like a sales service report and managed report. Sales service report, like you share the data from the data dictionary or data catalog to the user, and they can understand what the data, and they can create a dashboard by themselves, and just manage the report by themselves. If you're using the managed report, that means that report is critical for the user, and user needs to um, do a lot of process to the PI engineer, IT engineer, data architect to create and separate or the dashboard. And there are a lot of process with the managed report. So in project, we create a lot of managed report, and create a shell server report using the one big table approach. And but that is use cases. Some company they use a one big table, but some company they use a semantic model. Like you share all the data in a semantic model, and semantic layer. Sorry, semantic layer, and then user can freely create a dashboard by themselves, and it's just quite similar to approach. And I think this is the knowledge that you should know about when you interview with the data engineer or data analyst positions. And I think I will end this video from here, and I hope you can find a better jobs, and prepare the well interview for the next positions in your career of life. Thank you everyone for watching the videos, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.